Hi everyone, Jay Edward here, and today I thought I would talk about how to successfully sell on Etsy. I've been an artist on Etsy for about 7 years now, and I've come in contact with a lot of other people who sell there, and I found some success there finally. And today I want to talk about the top 10 things I would recommend to anyone who sells on Etsy, whether you're new and just getting started or whether you've been there for a while and you're already an established shop. Etsy is a marketplace that's always changing, but I do think that these 10 things will stand the test of time. They're sort of evergreen, if you will. Let's get right into it. You've set up an Etsy shop, you've got a product or products, creative things that you want to sell there. The number one thing and the first thing you do once you've got your product created, you got your shop ready to go, good photographs. Okay, that's huge. I'm sure you probably already know that, but let me give you some tips on how to get good photographs on Etsy. First of all, Etsy just a few months ago started a thing where they want photographs, at least the head photograph in each listing, to be square. That means a 1-to-1 ratio. You don't want long and tall, you don't want wide and lean. You want that first picture you put in your listing to be square. That's a trick because a lot of times when you're taking pictures either with your iPhone or with a camera, it's not always going to be square aspect ratio. So what you can do is you take your picture, and there's actually a website, it's free. I'm not pitching for them or anything, but it's one that I use very successfully. It's called squaremyimage.com. And there's other ones on the web, but you can take a picture, you put it on there for free, and it'll make it a nice square aspect ratio to appease the Etsy photo gods. Use it. Another thing about photographs is natural lighting. You don't want glare or anything, especially if you've got a product that's reflective or shiny or anything. You don't want glare, so you don't want super sharp like halogen or fluorescent lights in your house. If you can, try to take it near a window with sunshine leaking through, or in the mornings or evenings outside, so you get some good non-direct natural lighting to shine and make your product look really good. And dress it up a little bit, you know. You could build up a little scene around it if you need to. Photographs are key. They're the first thing your buyer is going to see, and it's very important to get a lot of hits on your website. All right, number two, equally important to good photographs, good listing titles. You've got a lot of play with Etsy compared to other marketplaces as far as the length of the description you can put on the very header of each item. Be unique, stand out. If you're making a product, especially that's similar to a lot of other things that are on Etsy or Amazon or available elsewhere on the web, make yours special. Give it a name that's individual to it, especially if it's a unique product. Be descriptive without over explaining. Okay, you've only got a certain amount of characters, but really give your buyer, when they're scrolling through Etsy looking at a ton of products, really give them a feel for what it is you're buying and why it's special. Okay. All right, number three, and this is important. Item descriptions, details, not the header, not the title, but when you get down into the item details. Somebody's clicked on your item, they love your photographs, they love your header, now they're getting into the meat of it. This is where you don't want to dress it up too much. Avoid your flowery language. In your item description, be direct, be simple. You know, you're going to be talking to people who might not even live in your country, who might not even speak your language as their first language, and they're gonna want to know as direct as you can what they're getting: sizes, colors, descriptions, options, return policy, shipping policy, all that. Be as straightforward and brief as you can. Okay, you don't want them to read a novel once they've clicked inside your item. You want them to still be in love with your item after reading the details. All right, number four. This one should be obvious, but a lot of people don't do it. Use all of your tags, your search engine optimization, SEO tags. You get 13 of them on Etsy. Those of you who have added items before, you know what I'm talking about. You get 13. Use all of them, okay? Do not skimp on this. Unlike like selling on Amazon or other websites, these are key because when people go into Etsy and they're searching for something, okay, they will find your item if you've got a good selection of tags that match their search. Okay, and when you're doing this, it's very important. Big no-no. Do not include trademarked items in your tags. Okay, so let's say you've got a t-shirt. I don't know, you're making t-shirts. It looks like Nightmare Before Christmas. It's got sort of that vibe to it. Do not put Nightmare Before Christmas as one of your tags. Don't do it. You might get away with it for a little while, but eventually Etsy's AI will remove your item and punish your shop, perhaps even delete your shop. No trademarked items, okay? Big thing. Number 5, make a colorful shop banner. Shops on Etsy have a big wide banner. It's a 4:1 ratio, okay? In pixel terms, that's 4,096 by 1,024 pixels. Okay, make yourself a nice shop banner. There's all kinds of programs out there to help you do it, both free and paid. But make something unique for your shop. Show some of your items. Make it awesome because it's another thing that when people click on your shop, it's gonna be one of the first things that they see. Shop banner, important. All right, number 6, and this one is not for everyone, but it is for people who especially have one-of-a-kind unique items. Okay, especially higher dollar items. Take a video, 15-second video, no longer, okay? You can make shorter if you want, but no longer. Showing your item in good lighting. Once again, dress it up a little bit if you can. Remember, you've only got 15 seconds. This will be, when people click into your listings, this will be the second thing that they see after your nice square first image. They're gonna see a clip of the video. Now, if you're just selling lower priced items or items that you're trying to sell in volume, you might not need the video. But if you're selling a one-of-a-kind, big deal item, people are going to want to know what they're getting, exactly what they're getting. So a 15-second video is a good idea for you. Number 7, big one, especially now that Etsy has firmly integrated AI into the way that they do things, is do not breach copyright. There are so many shops that do it, and I see them getting killed and shot down out of the sky every day, okay? Don't breach copyright. Do not go onto the web, copy other images that you see on the web and slap it onto a t-shirt or a mug or anything and think that you're not breaching copyright, okay? Just because that item didn't say in the lower right-hand corner, whatever, you're probably breaching copyright, and Etsy's AI will find you. Okay, and they will shut down that item. They will shut down your shop. They'll put restrictions on how they pay you. Okay, the key is here, you want to make your own item. You want to put your own art, your own craftsmanship into each item. That's the only way to be completely safe on Etsy. Okay, number 8, you've sold an item. Awesome, you got your first sale, you got your 1,000th sale. Ship it as fast as you can. Now, I'm not urging craftspeople who do customized items, they craft in their garage or, whatever. I'm not saying like hurry through the process and send out a subpar item, but if you've got the item crafted or if it's something that you can do relatively quickly, ship it as fast as you can. First of all, your customers will love you for it and you'll probably get good reviews. But second of all, Etsy's will love you for it and you'll get a boost in your shop, okay? Let's say 2 people are selling the similar item, but one takes 3 days to ship and another one takes 2 weeks to ship. Which one of those shops do you think is going to have more success? It's the one that ships faster, okay? Especially now we're talking about holiday season is when I'm making this video. That's key. People are buying these as gifts a lot of the time. They just don't want to wait. Once again, sort of the shops that make the high intensity craftsmanship items, you're sort of exempt from this. I'm sure you know how to do that already, but all right, let's go to number 9. You need to develop a website, okay? And this is separate from Etsy. You need to develop a website if you can to showcase your products and not be too sales pitchy, okay? Show off your art, show off your items, your shirts, your sewing, your sculptures, your vintage items. set up a very nice website. It doesn't have to be like super elaborate. Make it pretty and make it unique to you. And use this as your gateway to bring people who love your stuff to Etsy. Use that share and save link. Now, a lot of you know the new share and save, which will give you 4% off of anything that you sell on Etsy. Use that link as often as you can in your website, and be creative, make it unique. But having a website is a big deal, and they're really not that expensive. 10 to 15 bucks a month for web hosting fees, not a big deal. And if you haven't made a website before, now is the time to teach yourself how to do that. All right, number 10, and this is a big one too, last but not least, is add as many items as you can. If possible, do not let your shop get stagnant, okay? The more items that you have that represent you, that showcase your craft, your art, the better, and the more likely Etsy is to slot you higher and higher in their search engine, okay? If you've only got, 5 or 6 items in your shop, or even 10 to 15, first of all, you're limited in the amount of tags that you have where people are going to find your item. And second of all, Etsy's AI, once again, is going to see that you're not really growing your shop, and it's going to push you down. I know that it's not fair, but they're going to push you down in the search engine. You're going to be on page 10 or 20 as opposed to page 1, 2, or 3. So when possible, expand. Create more items, offer more in your shop, and keep pumping out that beautiful art. So I hope these were helpful. 10 things to do on Etsy. I could probably make one that has 100 to make your shop more successful, but these are 10 that I've found that are a big deal and can really help you grow your shop and make more sales. And one day quit your job and just sell on Etsy. So anyway, I'm J. Edward Neal. If you want to check out my shop, Shadow Art Finds, all one word, on Etsy. And I hope you guys have a great holiday season and a great evening. Bye.